My name is Mack Hilton, Jr. I'm from South Carolina. I'm 47 years old. I've been here in South America for about 20 years, 21 years.
When you arrived to Chile, what was your impression of the country?
Shocking, very shocking, because I remember very vividly, very clearly, that when the airplane was touching down, I looked outside the window and I saw fields with cows and horses, and it was something different. Because in the United States, all the airports, the airports are lights, runways, cements, you see the cities, but here it was different. And when I got inside of the airport, I saw the policemen or the military with the big guns and the machine guns, and it was scary. It was different. But then they started to explain to me that the country was military ruled and everything. It was different. It was different. It was totally different, But what helped me a lot was that there was an American that was playing with me that had played here the year before. We played in Valparaiso. The tournament, the association from Valparaiso had the local tournament, and it was like 8 teams, and every team had 2 Americans. So in Valparaiso, it was like 16 Americans. So that made it a little better also. But the adaptation, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as some of the Americans that come over and they can't adapt and go back home. It wasn't that hard because of the fact that I was surrounded by a lot of Americans. I have 2 versions of the basketball now and the basketball then. The basketball players then maybe didn't have a lot of talent, but they had a lot of heart. Understand? They played team ball. They played basketball. They understood the game. Understand? It didn't matter who scored the points as long as the team won. And at that time, more people went to the games, because in Valparaiso we played on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We played the local tournaments. On Saturday and Sunday, Sportiva Italiano and Esperanza played the Di Mayor also, and the 14 Pratt was always packed. So, but the basketball now, the players are more selfish. They think a lot of themselves instead of the team. And we have, here you have, the basketball players have more talent now than before. But they played more basketball before. They used more of this, their heads. You have basketball players and Americans playing all over the world. You have basketball players in China, in Israel, in Europe, playing in Greece, in Spain, in Italy, and all where they pay the big bucks, where they pay the big money. So the Americans and the agents look for the countries that pays the most money. And another thing is that here, maybe if the tournament, the Di Mayor, was longer, more months, still would get more quality Americans. But since the tournament is short, it's only 4 months or 5 months, a lot of Americans or agents would rather send their players to other countries. The Americans sometimes had a hard time adjusting to the climate and the gyms. Because in the United States, the gyms, they have heaters. They have calefacción. Here, no. The locker rooms are cold. Very, very, very cold. So That's a big difference too. I'll say 90%, 95% of the time, there's a good relationship between the foreign players and the Chilean players. But it depends on the Americans too, because we don't mix what is game and outside the game. When it's time to practice and time to play, it's one thing. Then after the game is over, it's another thing. But sometimes the Chileans think because we are friends, you know, off the court, I must treat you the same on the court. Understand? They don't know how to separate things. But as far as the relationship between the players and things, it's usually there's no problem. There are some teams that you have, like I said before, sometimes there are Chilean players, not all, thinks that the Americans are there to rebound, to pass them the ball so they can score. And it's not like that. The foreigners are here because they are supposed to make a difference. They're here they're supposed to be the ones that are making this spectacular, to making this show. Understand? But some players in some of the teams, they don't understand that. On this team, I can't say, this team is not like that. This team is not like that. The United States, we don't care who scores. Because if I win, the team wins. If the team wins, the coaches win. If the coaches win, everybody's happy. The city is happy. The mayor is happy. Everybody is happy. But sometimes the players, they play for maybe their girlfriends, maybe their mother, their fathers, their uncles, their aunts, their little dogs and their little cats that's up in the stands. It's like that. It's like that. But you can't make everybody happy all the time. So you must keep working, that's all.
But it's places like that too that has good people.
A lot of things has happened to me since I've been in Chile, understand? And one of the good things that I have in Chile is I have a daughter, you know? So God has blessed me to travel the world, to know another country, to know Chile, to have a daughter, you know, to know just about the whole country from the north until the south, you know, and this country is beautiful. You know, I mean, I don't know many 47-year-old players that can play 40 minutes a game, 2 games a day, and you know, I'm blessed.
How many years will you play?
I knew that question was coming. How many more years will I play? I don't know. Maybe one. I think maybe one more, if they invite me to play.
And what does basketball mean for you?
Everything.
It's everything?
Everything. That's why I'm here. I always say, when I'm tired of playing ball, when I don't want to practice, when I don't want to practice, when I don't feel like getting up to go to practice, when I don't feel like going to the games, when I don't feel like doing anything of that, it's time to quit.
Do you think that people here is racist?
There are, yes. I've experienced a lot of things here as far as racism is concerned. But sometimes I stop and think it's because there are two things. It's because they're racism, it's because they're ignorant also. Because you can't be racist if you never live with a black person, when you don't know where that person came from. You don't know who that person is. You can't look at television and say, oh, the blacks are like this, the blacks are like that, when you don't really know them deep down inside. Understand? So the people here, it's because of ignorance also. But there are also people here that are racist because I've had my experiences. Where we came from, it's like you don't do that. That's disrespect. You just can't stand and laugh in front of somebody's face, make fun of somebody, call them names. In the United States, you would get killed. You would get knocked out. You would have to fight. Understand? But here, they don't understand that. But at the same time, the people here are cowards because they say things, they talk about you, but when you say something, they will say, "No, I didn't say that. No, it was him." Understand? So it hurts. It hurts. But sometimes I stop and think and I say they just don't know what they're doing. So God bless them. And there are many players, instead of trying to stop a player by playing defense, stop this player, they rather say negative things. They rather say racist things. But sometimes it's the coach's fault too, because you have coaches that send the players on the court to do these things. So it's bad. It's bad. And the mentality. We're back to the mentality, that's all. But when you talk about the United States, it's not about the basketball. It's about sports in general. Because it's like I said before, because it's the way we take sports. We take things serious. Here they don't take things serious. Understand? We take things as a part, we take sports as a part of life. In anything we do, we want to be the best. We want to win. It doesn't matter how, we want to win. We want to be the best, and we think we are the best. You know? But sometimes the Chileans, they think, well, maybe if we win, if we can beat this team, or if we lose by this team by 2 points or 4 points, oh, that's good. No, we don't think like that. Lose by 4 points, that's good? No, we lost. A loss is a loss, you know? But it's the mentality again. In the United States, they teach you, when they teach you sports in the United States, you take pride in what you do. You take pride in yourself. First of all, you have to think about yourself. Then you think about the team. Understand? When you come to practice, or when you go to practice, for instance, United States, if practice at 7:30, you have to be there at 7. 7:29, the coach is throwing the ball up. And if he says that ball must not touch the floor, that ball will not touch the floor. That goes to show you where it starts, the mentality.
And why did you get the Chilean nationality?
They offered it to me. Because when I was in Temuco, they said, the directors asked me one day, said, why don't you nationalize? And that way we can bring in another American. I said no, because I would lose my nationality. And they said, no, you don't lose your nationality. I said, yes, I lose my nationality. They said, no. I said, we will send you go to Santiago yourself, go to the embassy and ask. So I did. And they said I wouldn't lose my nationality, that I could keep my American citizenship and have the Chilean citizenship. So when they said that, it was an opportunity. I think I was the first foreign player, nationalized foreign player to play on the Chilean national team. And that's, for me, that's history. And when you can make history, that's another star. And I'm all about the stars, you know, because the stars come from heaven, you know, and that's where the light shines. And I'm always looking for, in my life, I always want something else. I'm always looking higher. I try not to look down, I always try to look up.